Welcome to our RFP Money Story podcast, a space for sharing real money stories and where we dive into real conversations about finance, success, and the lessons learned along the way. Joining us today is a financial planner and a 7-year member in RFP, Mr. Marion Irvin Evangelista. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Gab.
All right, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. And before we start, I'm a bit curious about your personal money journey. So I just want to ask you the first question, like, what is your first memory of money and how did it shape your financial mindset?
Okay. Well, money for me it all started with me thinking that money is scarce. Galing ako sa pamilya na kuripot yung parents ko. And with that kind of mindset, I thought that I have to really work, no? Really work to earn money. And so yun, no? Kailangan mag-aral ng mabuti, kailangan mag-overtime, ganyan yung tatay ko, nanay ko, kailangan magtrabaho, mag-sideline kasi nga limited yung pera. Yun, doon ako nag-umpisa.
Alright, so growing up, parang na-adapt mo yung ganung behavior.
Yes.
So, since you mentioned na parang may model kang nakikita ever since you were young, what were some financial lessons you learned or you wish you had learned earlier?
I wish I learned na I wish I had the courage to really explore other sources of income. My parents kasi, my dad only had one source of income, which is yun yung employment niya. And my mother was a housewife. And so I thought na when I grow up, I'll be limited with a job, with one job. And yun yung kumbaga dun na ako, right? I'm boxed with that one job. And yun lang, no? I realize, sana naalala ko or sana natutunan ko na marami pa palang options para maging comfortable din.
Okay, so that time na naisip niya na sana may ibang options, was there a turning point or downfall financially na para maisip mo yung ganung bagay na sana may ibang options other than one job?
With one source of income kasi from my father, there's in any office naman, there is office politics. There are some instances wherein baka maipit ka ng boss or yung clients baka hindi bumili, right? So damay yung employee. And in that sense, masisira yung cash flow ng pamilya. And it happened to our family. And to the point no na we wanted to sell some things para makapag-aral yung younger sister ko.
Sorry, you sold some of your personal
Yes,
stuff.
sold some things. Yung bahay ay ginawang collateral para makapag-loan. Yan, oo. We had a car na kailangan napag-isipan nila na gusto nilang ibenta yung car, no? But I asked na sana wag muna. Kasi at that time, I think I really needed a car because I'm already thinking of entering the automotive industry. So yun muna yung career ko bago naging financial planner. So yun, no? Mahirap talaga, mahirap. You have to let go of things. And hindi ko lang din inaasahan yun, no? So parang talagang tumikit sa akin, no, na ba't ganon? Wag naman. Or ba't parang naghihirap tayo? Kuripot naman tayo. Pero yun nga, nangyayari pa rin.
But was it helpful, yung pagbenta niyo ng personal na gamit?
I think so, yes. Nakapagtapos naman yung younger sister ko. And nakapag-work naman ako. It so happened siguro naging advantage na dalawa lang kami magkapatid. At ayun, naka-recover naman din nung nag-graduate na yung younger sister ko.
Okay, so ever since you started your own job, are you like contributing or a breadwinner talaga in your family?
Well, my dad, talagang masipag yung dad ko. He really takes the responsibility for the expenses. But one good thing about our family and something na other families can also take into consideration is open yung communication namin. So my mother tells me na, okay anak, ikaw muna yung gumastos para dito, or pag weekends, pag lalabas tayo, ikaw muna yung sagot. Ayan. So, yes, my father takes the responsibility, but open naman kami to divide no certain expenses, and nagko-contribute naman ako kasi clear nga yung roles ko, clear din yung roles ng sister ko sa kung ano yung pwede namin maiambag sa family expenses.
Okay, so how do you manage your own money ba?
With money nagsimula ako I really had a whiteboard in my room. Ayan. So, even before being an RFP, medyo, na ako meticulous na ako pagdating sa finances ko. So, talagang nakalagay doon yung magkaning gagastusin ko. And one funny story nga is, when my girlfriend, wife ko na ngayon, visited my room, he saw the whiteboard and nakita niya doon yung monthly allocation ko for our monthly dates. Di ba? So, nakita niya, ito lang yung budget mo para sa akin. Eh, sabi ko, yun lang yung budget ko. Kasi, naka-breakdown na yan lahat ng gastusin ko. At isa ka na dyan, yung date nights natin.
Dun time na yung girlfriend pa lang siya.
Yes,
But
yes.
may changes ba ever since naging husband and wife kayo?
Well, changes in terms of finances, ganun pa rin. Nakaplan pa rin yung mga expenses namin. Of course, lumaki na yung expenses. Pero sinusunod ko pa rin yung budget. Ayan. Yun naman ang may pagmamalaki ko na I think nakatulong sa akin na makapag-ipon at the same time maka-go over, no, na hindi sumobra sa budget.
Okay, so right now you have your own savings and emergency funds. What kind of how do you allocate your money? Like, paano mo siya sinaseparate on your own luho or needs and wants?
Okay. So, for people like me na married na and I have a 5-year-old daughter, una pa rin talaga yung yung mandatory expenses sa bahay. Hindi pwedeng mawala yun eh. Kailangan i-budget agad yun, yung mga kuryente, tubig, monthly amortization ng bahay. Ayan. So, una yun. And then, secondary na yung mga discretionary expenses. Did you know na kapag nakuha ko yung 13th month pay or mga bonus, tinatabi ko na agad yung certain amount na pang hotel namin quarterly. So yun na yung luho namin. Yung makapasyal, ganyan. Naka-budget na rin yun. And kinukuha ko lagi sa mga bonuses ko at the end of the year.
Okay, so parang may allocated budget ka talaga for getaway, outing, for
Yes.
your family.
Oo. Mahirap yung mahirap yung let's cross the bridge when we get there.
Okay. So, since you mentioned na may mga allocated budget ka na, may savings ka na, emergency fund, and then lumalaki yung gastusin ever since na nagkaroon ka ng sarili mong family. Do you consider yourself more as a saver, spender, or investor?
I consider myself as an investor. I have different investments, but what I really want to share is the need to invest in yourself. Yan. Of course, mapag-uusapan natin yung mga UITFs, mutual funds, nandiyan na yan. But at the end of the day, I always believe in continuous improvement. Ayan. Hindi dahil ito yung course natin nung nag-graduate tayo, yun na yun. Right? So, lalo na ngayon, very competitive na at maraming mga opportunities na dumarating. Maging matapang tayo to take those opportunities, or kapag hindi pa pwede, mag-aral. Spend time to really study, lalo na kung hindi naman tedious, yung parang every weekends lang na para matuto ng certain skill, para makita kung, oy, bagay ba sa akin to? Nakita ko sa social media, parang uso to pero kaya ko ba personally? Trip ko ba siya? Or baka lang sumasama lang ako sa trend, or baka may fear of missing out lang ako. Wala even if you read different articles, if you watch different videos, ikaw pa rin ang makakaalam kung bagay ba sa'yo yung certain source of income na to o hindi.
Okay, since you mentioned that you're more like an investor, is it okay if you can share what kind of investments na pinag-focusan mo right now?
Okay, so right now, I'm more into global funds. I see kasi na there's a lot of potential returns kapag global funds. And at the same time, I invest in global funds, but I also monitor the news. Ayan. Hindi ako yung tipo na investor na nakita ko lang sa social media or sa mga ads na dito sa UITF na to or sa mutual fund na to yung medyo maingay. Dapat doon din ako. Hindi. Doon ako sa kung saan ako comfortable. And at the same time, I monitor the markets. So I watch Bloomberg, ANC, and then I see na, okay, kaya pala medyo down yung market, ganyan. Oo. So I do my due diligence. I update myself. Ayan. But of course, as an investor, long-term tayo. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na may geopolitical risks ay dapat mag-withdraw na ako, mag-redeem na ako ng mga shares. Hindi naman. Maganda lang na matutunan bakit mataas ngayon, bakit pababa ang forecast nila through the news.
Okay, so ever since ba you're knowledgeable enough about that stuff?
Okay, ito nga, ang maganda doon, I started thinking that when we say investments, it refers to only equities. Hindi pala. So when I started during my first job, I opened an account and I invested everything in stocks. I picked certain companies and then nandun lang yung excess cash ko, puro equities. Pero ang lesson pala at hindi ko makakalimutan and I always share to our clients is yung tinatawag na principle of matching. Ibig sabihin ng principle of matching is hindi lahat kailangan equities. Titingnan din natin yung time horizon natin. If it's short term, let's say 1 to 3 years, doon natin ilagay sa money market. If it's 3 to 5 years, ilagay natin sa fixed income. And kapag long term talaga, 10 or more years, nandyan yung mga equity or equity index funds.
Alright, is there any other person involved while learning about investments or equities and about financial market decisions?
Any person involved, alam mo, yun din is ako lang ang masasabi ko, not to brag about it, but basically because for most people, and I think our viewers or listeners will agree, kaya yung iba nahihirapan mag-breakthrough financially kasi wala silang kausap. Yung immediate environment nila, family, friends, relatives, hindi naman, yes, they know a bit about investing, no? But hindi talaga nila kinakareer. And so kapag galing ka sa pamilya na sa uso yung utang, uso yung sakto lang yung naitatabi, paano ka matututo about investing? So, yun, ako lang talaga. Sabi ko nga kanina, meron na akong inherent desire for continuous improvement. At na-realize ko, hindi ko mabibili yung gadget, hindi ko mabibili yung bahay, hindi ko mabibili yung sasakyan kung wala akong pera. So, yun ang core eh. So, unfortunately, ako lang ang nakaisip nun sa buhay ko. I'm telling about my life. So, ayun. Kaya ako nag-aral. And yun na yung ibinabahagi ko sa wife ko at sa mga nakakausap ko related to personal finance.
Okay, so if there's no other person involved, kasi yung next question ko is if may best financial advice ka ba nakuha sa ibang tao or you read something about financial na inadapt mo in real life na in-instill mo sa utak mo ever since you started working, ever since you investing on something, or ever since you saving up your money?
Any other
Financial advice that you got?
from another person?
Yes, or even sa books na you can share it with us.
Okay, with a book, I'll mention yung Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So that book is really about heart and mind coherence. Alam ko it's a bit na medyo malayo sa personal finance, no? But I think malaking lesson dito is to really have heart and mind coherence na gusto natin yumaman. Maraming tao ang gustong yumaman. Kahit tanungin natin kahit sino dyan, gusto mo bang yumaman? Yes. Yes lagi ang sagot. Pero kapag merong doubt daw, ito yung nabasa ko sa book, kapag meron kang doubt or hindi aligned yung heart and mind mo, kahit kausap mo pa yung best financial planner sa mundo, kahit mag-invest ka ng mag-invest, mag-try ka ng mag-try, kung meron doubt, hindi ka pa rin magkakaroon ng breakthrough. Sa akin, sa personal life ko, nanggaling ako sa family nga na cars ang tingin sa pera. So yun yung mindset ko growing up. So kung hindi ko naialis yun, hindi ako nag-aral, grabe, tatrabaho pa rin ako ng 12 hours. Tapos sakto lang siguro yung maitatabi ko. At hindi ako maniniwala sa investing. Perhaps sasabihin ko sa'yo na I invest. Pero deep inside parang wala pa ako masyadong alam. Yan.
Okay, kasi na-mention mo kanina is you're more on automotive before financial field. So, dun ba sa mindset na scar yung money sa family mo? Yun ba yung nakapag-push sa'yo to go to the finance field instead of pursuing your initial dream job?
Okay. Well, I spent part of my life in the automotive industry. I did love my job as an automotive sales trainer. But then again, I wanted to diversify. Ayan. So sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin, when we say diversification, it's not only about your investment portfolio. I also believe in diversifying your personal portfolio. Ibig sabihin nito, yes, may automotive experience ako. But sabi ko nga, paano ako bibili ng kotse kung wala akong pera? Pera pa rin eh. So dahil pera pa rin ang core, sa pera pa rin nagsisimula. Ano yung pwede kong matutunan pagdating sa pera? Oo, magtabi. Sapat na ba yun? Parang di ko kayang magtabi. Manood lang sa YouTube, makinig lang, magbasa ng libro, pwede naman, pero parang hindi personalized eh. Magbasa ako ng magbasa, pero walang connect. Gusto ko yung parang doktor. Ayan. So, ano ba? Hanggang sa, okay, meron parang tao na katulad ng isang financial planner na pwedeng mag-guide.
Okay. So, ngayon, dati ba, nung hindi ka pa financial planner, do you have your own financial planner or you rely on your own knowledge lang?
When my wife and I got married, isa sa ninang namin sa kasal recommended a financial planner. And then we consulted with him and I saw na ang dami palang numbers behind any recommendation. So kapag sinabi ng financial planner na ayusin mo to, ganyan, hindi lang niya sinasabi yon dahil tiningnan ka lang niya tapos yun na yung recommendation niya. Hindi. Talagang bubusisiin mo. Titingnan yung mga income mo, savings mo, ano yung mga investments mo. Tama ba yun? Aligned ba yun sa direction na gusto namin tahakin ng wife ko? So I'm thankful for that ninang na nag-recommend na may kausapin kaming financial planner. So doon talaga nag-open up na, okay, sabi ko nga kanina, puro equities lang ako. Pero ngayon parang, okay, hindi pala puro yan lang. Dapat holistic yung atake pagdating sa personal finance.
Okay, so if it's okay to share, when did you start becoming a financial planner?
Yeah, I started becoming a financial planner, I think a year after we met. We had a consultation with a financial planner. Our motivation, my wife and I, by the way, my wife and I joined RFP. So I invited her to also enroll. And then, we enrolled in RFP for personal consumption. Wala pa nun na para Hindi ko pa masyadong iniisip nun na i-share yung mga matututunan namin. But anyway, sama ka na rin. Ang maganda doon, ang advantage kapag dalawa kayo, it's either your husband, your wife, or kahit boyfriend or girlfriend, kapag sabay nyo ginagawa yung isang bagay, sabay kayong nakaka-relate. Kasi kung ako lang, sasabihin ko, oh, dito tayo mag-invest o wag tayong mag-invest dyan. Pwede naman maniwala si spouse or si partner. Pero mas maganda pa rin na nakita niya, narinig rin niya yung lessons.
Okay, so how do you compare your budgeting and financial decisions ever since na naging financial planner ka na and before ka maging financial planner?
Nako, kung before becoming a financial planner, baka kuripot lang ako, tabi lang ako ng tabi ng pera. Of course, I think naman makakapagtabi ako ng pera, pero hindi ko alam kung saan ko ilalagay.
Mm.
Ayan, baka ako ay parang ano lang, nakita ko sa internet, ito yung uso, papasok ako dyan. Narinig ko sa friends ko, ito yung uso, sali ako dyan. Ganun lang, fear of missing out, mema lang, may maisali lang, may ma-invest lang. Now that I am a financial planner, alam ko na hindi lahat ng bagay kailangan kong pasukan. Sinasabi ko rin sa mga clients namin, pagdating sa investments, hindi naman ito paramihan. It is not the quantity, rather it is the quality of our investments.
Ano yung mga investments na hindi dapat pinapasukan?
Sa ngayon, ang unang pumapasok sa isip ko is yung cryptocurrency. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabi na masama ang cryptocurrency, pero kung wala kang oras at mag-i-invest ka agad ng malaki, high risk yun. Meron tayong mga nakikinig or nanonood na siguro maraming talaga silang pera, maganda yung trabaho nila, okay yung family nila. Kung ganun naman ang profile ng tao, yes, pwede naman gawin. Pero kapag yung 8 to 5 job, maraming obligasyon sa buhay, breadwinner ng family, ingat lang or alalay mo na bago pumasok sa something na kagaya ng cryptocurrency. Kasi yung fluctuations niyan mabilis eh. Mamaya ang taas-taas ngayon, matulog ka, paggising mo, bumaba na pala siya.
Kailangan mo talagang bantayan.
Bantayan talaga.
But have you tried crypto?
No, I have not tried crypto because I don't have the time. And I think that my current portfolio is sufficient for my needs.
Okay, so if yun yung parang hindi best na pasukan na investment, ano naman yung you think na worth the risk na bigyan ng bigyan ng oras para mag-invest?
I would still go with global equities as an investment. Another is real estate. Now, the catch with real estate kasi is, and by the way, I am a licensed real estate broker. With real estate kasi, you need a big capital to buy certain properties. At the same time, i-consider mo din dyan yung location, yung possibility of competition kung gusto mong i-rent out yung bibilihin mong unit, for example. Tingnan din natin yung katabing building, baka mas maganda yon or yung future projects, right? Kung hindi pa natin kayang bumili ng property, I suggest we enter into REITs, Real Estate Investment Trusts, because it gives the investor exposure sa real estate, but only for a minimal amount. So parang bumibili ka lang ng stocks. Yan. And you ensure or you get potential capital appreciation and at the same time may dividends din.
Okay, so out of all the investments that you have, may investment ka ba na hindi nag-work? Like, it didn't go as planned na parang hindi ito yung direction na inisip mo na nag-fail pala siya?
I think wala. Kasi talagang pinag-iisipan ko. Hindi ako yung basta-basta tumatalon. Oo, matagal ako bago pumasok sa isang bagay. Oo. So yung mga investments ko, I think napag-aralan ko naman. At kung pinasok ko siya, hindi rin ako basta-basta lumilipat. So kung dito na ako sa certain UITF na ito, dito na ako.
All right, so how do you balance risk and reward in making financial decisions?
I measure it based on my risk profile and time horizon. So for example, the college education fund of my daughter, naka-invest yan sa global equities. High risk, high reward yon for me. But at the same time, ang college naman ng daughter ko, 15 years away pa naman. 10, 15 years away pa naman. So, I can endure the volatility of that global equity fund. Hindi ako worried. Yan.
So, do you think you're financially prepared about the future of your family?
I think I covered most of the short and medium term goals of my family. Ang ano din naman, lahat tayo may goals. Naririnig natin college education, retirement, ganyan. Pero may tinatawag tayong prioritization. And it depends on different people. It varies among different people. It so happens sa amin ng wife ko, we value education. So talagang nag-focus muna kami doon. Moving forward, I would like to increase my investments in terms of retirement namin ng wife ko.
Okay. That actually leads my next question kasi I was about to ask if what's your current goal na wino-workout mo? And aside from retirement and education, is there something else that something in your mind na gusto mong i-focus while making money in the present para secure ka in the future?
Oh, yes. So, I mentioned earlier na I'm someone who wants to continuously improve. And I think now, using my core competence in communication, I entered into different industries. So may real estate ako, may automotive, may personal finance, may commodities. And I'm looking forward that the savings I get because of increased income or multiple income streams ay makakatulong para mas lumaki yung maitatabi ko para sa retirement namin ng wife ko. And did you know, ang dami ko na rin parang nakakausap na mga bata, mga 30s, 40s, they really want to prepare their retirement. And that's great for me to hear. And so, isa na rin ako doon na kung may extra cash, ay gusto ko pang pagtibayin ang aming retirement fund ni Mrs. Kasi ayaw rin namin yung manghihingi o mang-iistorbo sa aking anak or mga anak pagdating ng panahon.
Okay. So before we discuss about being an RFP, since you're a financial planner, what do you actually do with your clients or how do you communicate with them? What's your usually advice when it comes to money?
Mhm. As a financial planner, I spend about half of the time getting to know the client. I don't come in there as the star. I come in during a consultation as a listener. Because for me, the important thing for us financial planners is the ability to collaborate. Yes, mas may alam tayo, but at the same time, we have to tailor fit our recommendations based on the profile of the client. Ayan. So, dun tayo naiibang mga financial planners. Dun tayo may edge. Kasi, we can adjust based on the client. And that is what I do as a financial planner. Hindi ako yung madaldal. I first let the client talk. And then I validate before giving a recommendation. Minsan pa nga, nasabi na namin yung plans namin, patapos na. But I always ask again, may questions ka pa ba? Do you have any other concerns? Baka lang may hindi clear. Kasi after giving the recommendation, the goal is for the client to execute the plan. Ganun naman tayo eh. Financial planner prepares the plan, execution is with the client. So dapat aligned and clear si client sa gagawin.
Okay. So when you're meeting a client, ano yung usual problem nila when it comes to financial decisions?
They have a lot of options. Ang dami naman talagang options sa totoo lang. Money market pa lang, pwede kang mag-mutual fund, pwede kang mag-UITF, a lot of different financial institutions. Saan doon? Saan siya doon o-open ng account?
Mm-mm.
And what we usually do is we ask the client to submit muna. Ano yung mga may accounts siya? Okay, so kung kunwari nagbigay siya ng 3 o 5, then we ask the client, saan ka dito mas okay? Saan ka dito yung easy to use yung application? Saan easy to use or mas malapit yung branch? And then we optimize or shortlist yung mga pooled funds niya. Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, it is not the quantity, it is always the quality. Yung iba kasi napapa-open lang kasi nakita nila ang ganda ng ads
Sa
nitong
ads, yeah.
financial institution na to, open sila. Ay, ito, ang taas ng interest na to. Yung itong digital bank na to, mag-open ako dito, dito, dito. Okay naman, pwede naman. Pero kung overwhelming na, mararamdaman mo yun as an account holder or even as an investor. Parang ang dami naman. Saan ko ilalagay pera ko? Ayan na. Ayan na, dyan na papasok si financial planner. Again, hindi naman sa paramihan. Alin dyan yung okay? Asan dyan yung mataas yung returns? Doon tayo.
Okay. So, in terms of RFP certification, kasi na-apply mo yung pagiging financial planner mo sa mga clients mo, do you introduce yourself as part of RFP?
Yes, on my email signature,
Oh, yeah.
it is RFP.
Mm-mm.
You can see it on my signature. And then we have a weekly live stream. And we mentioned there that kami sa group, so 5 kami sa group, we are all registered financial planners.
So you have your own social media public figure account.
Yes, I am part of Wealtharchy and Consultancy Inc.
Okay.
This company was founded by Mr. Renzi Biolena and Mr. Fitz Villafuerte.
Okay. So for the RFP, how did you discover RFP and who motivated you to join?
Who motivated me to join? That was the financial planner that we met. His name is Mr. Efren Cruz. He was recommended by our ninang sa kasal. Ayan. And very meticulous din si Mr. Efren. At doon ko nakita na, hindi pala basta-basta nagbibigay. I mean, darating tayo sa products.
Yeah.
Pero before going to the products, ito muna. Bakit kailangan mo tong product na to? Kasi ito yung sitwasyon mo ngayon. Doon ako nabilib. Kasi he's not, unlike other professions na go directly with the product. Pag-aaralan nyo muna, ano yung sitwasyon mo ngayon? Saan ka may strengths? Saan ka may weakness? Dito ka may weakness, ito yung ayusin mo. Kaya doon ako parang, oy, ang ganda pala ng financial planner. And I believe nga my core skill or my core competence is communication. So I think I can align myself to use my skill in communication to help others to improve with their finances.
Okay. So ever since you started joining RFP, how did affect or parang paano napabago yung mindset mo as a financial planner before and after you joined RFP?
Before joining RFP, I thought that giving advice is really based on what I know.
Mm-mm.
After joining RFP and after practicing as a financial planner, I learned that it is important to listen to the client, to ensure that the client is comfortable with the direction that we're headed to. Sabi ko nga kanina, hindi lang ako yung nagsasalita. Half of the time, I let my clients talk. As we end, I validate. Yun. Gusto ko rin sa pagiging financial planner is we're not for me, I'm not connected with a particular institution. And so I can give anything. But my default is I look at the current accounts of the client and then we just pick there. Ano yung mas okay? Diyan na lang tayo.
Okay, so that's for your client. How about for your personal use? paano naka-affect or nakatulong si RFP when it comes to your financial decisions, your money decisions?
Alam mo, I learned not to compare myself with others. Napaka-importante nun. Of course, naririnig natin sa ibang tao, don't compare yourself. But after studying RFP, it that sentence got me to a whole new level. Ibig sabihin, hindi dahil naka-crypto yung friend ko, dapat mag-crypto rin ako. Hindi dahil ang ganda ng bahay nung isa kong friend, dapat meron din akong magandang bahay, may malaking bahay din ako. Hindi. Depende sa gusto ko, depende sa gusto ng wife ko. Iba-iba kasi tayo eh. May ibang tao gusto nila yung malaking bahay. Kung kami naman gusto namin simpleng bahay lang, that's okay. Hindi namin kawalan kung maliit lang yung bahay namin. Kasi may iba pa kaming gustong gawin. For example, mas gusto namin pagtibayin yung eduk fund ng aming anak. Doon kami. But it doesn't mean na kung gusto ng ibang tao ng malaking bahay, masama yun ha. Okay din yun. Pero sila yun. Kami, ito yung gusto namin. Sa ibang tao, ito yung gusto nila. So, hindi na ako naiinggit or nawala yun eh. Nawala. I'm confident with myself financially. Yun ang masasabi ko. Yun ang malaking naitulong ni RFP.
Okay, so parang if it works for you, it doesn't mean it works for me.
Yeah.
Yun yung nangyari ever since you joined RFP.
Yes.
You mentioned na you motivated or encouraged your wife to join RFP. How did you encourage her and what motivated her to join RFP talaga?
My wife is also from a family na employed yung parents. And of course, mas madrama ang kwento ng wife ko. Kasi 5 silang magkakapatid and as you can imagine, hindi din basta-basta yun magpalaki ng 5 anak. At nung kinasal kami, we share that same desire. What is our breakthrough? Bakit yung ibang tao mayaman na sila? Of course, possible, galing na sila sa mayamang pamilya. Pero sa tulad natin, is there a way? Is there a way to be like them? Kasi with our parents, baka hindi na kami makaasa ng breakthrough. So nasa kamay na namin yon. At kung balak namin magkaroon ng anak at gusto namin magkaanak nga naman, paano namin siya mapapalaki ng mabuti? Pera pa rin. Of course, maraming ibang bagay but major part is pera. Paano natin mamamanage ng mabuti yung pera? So convince ko naman yung wife ko na tama yun, tara mag-RFP tayo.
Okay, so is there a specific lesson or valuable lesson na nakuha mo from RFP na ina-apply mo sa sarili mo and at the same time ina-apply mo sa mga clients mo and at the same time ina-apply mo rin sa family mo?
The main lesson is to listen. To listen. Again, dahil iba-iba nga tayo ng personalities, iba-iba tayo ng needs, at hindi ibig sabihin dahil iba ang needs mo, mali ka. No. Pareho tayong tama. Pero dahil ito yung gusto ko, ano yung nararapat para optimized, efficient, at maayos yung direction ko para matupad itong gusto ko. Makakagawa ako nun. Kaya kong gawin yun. At kapag kausap naman kita, aalamin ko rin ano yung risk profile mo, ano yung mga pangarap mo, ano yung limitations mo. Kasi meron din tayong mga nakikinig or nanonood na may limitations din Kasi perhaps meron silang obligations sa family, meron silang limitations pagdating sa work, mamaya double, triple job na sila. So hindi na nila kayang mag-extend, right? Or maghanap ng additional income. Yun, aalamin yun. At papantayin lang. At tayo, parang mga doktor. Sabi ko nga, pag financial planner, parang doktor ng pera yan Ano yung nararapat na reseta na hindi ma-overdose or underdose yung kausap ko na client? So masaya din yun, nag-enjoy ako kapag ginagawa yun. I'm able to pick something that fits my needs, and I'm able to help others find products or find solutions or adjust their cash flow based on their needs.
Okay, so ever since you joined RFP, kasi you've been with us for 7 years, do you recommend other people, or do you recommend RFP certification to other people to join, and how will it affect their lives when it comes to financial decisions or yung wealth decision making nila?
Sa ngayon, punta ka lang sa YouTube, punta ka lang sa social media, napakaraming content about investing, yung mga investment products. Marami. And you can spend 7 days to really study. Walang problema doon. Pero what skill do you need to personalize it to your specific needs? Kung hindi ka financial planner, mahirap gawin yun. Kasi ang dami mong naririnig, ang daming options. Paano ka pipili? So yun ang nakikita kong advantage ni RFP. Tinuturuan tayo dito na hindi naman to paramihan ng investments. Ito ay paano tayo pipili ng alin dyan yung okay para sa sarili natin, para sa certain goal na to. And then maghanap tayo ng ibang products para sa second goal, third goal na mo. Walang tutulong. Walang tutulong. Unless financial planner din yung kausap natin. Pero wala. Lalo na kapag yung family, hindi naman talaga adept sa investments or personal finance. Yung mga family na lumaki sa utang. Marami po tayong nakikinig, nanonood, nagpapakonsult na gusto nila yung breakthrough din. At yun ang matututunan nila.
Sorry, since financial planner ka, gusto ko lang isingit to kasi parang majority of the Gen Z, hindi na majority,
Yeah.
some, siguro some,
Yes.
para safe, some of the Gen Z, hindi knowledgeable when it comes to market, equity, mga ganyang financial kasi what usual advice ang binibigay mo sa kanila kapag hindi sila knowledgeable, and then they wanted to consult with you, and if tinatanong mo kung saan sila mas focus or ano yung mas kailangan nilang i-work out sa goals nila financially, ano yung usual na ina-advise mo?
For me, for Gen Z or for the younger people, it is to have a goal. Now, yung statement na yun, to have a goal, it appears so simple. Yes, it is simple, but it is so hard. Yung goal kasi, kuha lang ako ng papel dito, sulat ako ng goals. Madali yun. That's the
Yeah.
easy part. Pero yung to have conviction, paninindigan mo yung sinulat mo. Priority sa akin, maganda yung wedding kasi mahal ko yung girlfriend ko. Hindi naiisip ng lahat yun. Sa mga Gen Z, madaling sabihin, yes, mahal ko siya. Yeah, mahal ko siya. Yun na yun, tapos na. Oo, mahal niyo yung isa't isa. But moving forward, asan yung wedding? Asan yung bahay? Asan yung pregnancy fund? Yun. Wala. Siguro nahihiya, but I think this is the moment na we want to change sa younger people. And nakikita ko rin naman yung iba na at an early age, retirement planning agad. Imagine mo yun, retirement planning agad at a young age kasi malaki yung income nila. Doon ako nabibilib. And I'm happy to hear those people na ganun na mag-isip. Meron din na pag tinanong ko sila yung mga ganung tao na may somehow breakthrough na, malaki na yung income, bakit ka nagpapakonsult? Kasi yung pamilya ko, ganito, nakita ko yung tatay, nanay ko, nahihirapan nung medyo retired na sila. Ayaw ko mangyari yon. Ayaw ko rin maging pabigat. Kaya retirement planning na agad ang iniisip ko. So to sum it up, have a goal. Yun ang unang-una kong sasabihin sa mga Gen Z. Have a goal. It's easy to write a goal, but you really have to make it super specific. I, w- I want a good life with my girlfriend, with my boyfriend. That is a goal. But it is so general. We have to make it smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Right? I want to have a good life with my boyfriend and girlfriend. San kayo titira? Anong klaseng kasal yung gusto nyo? Gusto nyo ba magkaanak? Paano yung support sa parents ninyo? May insurance na ba kayo? May HMO na ba kayo? Marami pa. Diba? So, doon tayo nakakatulong din as financial planner. We have to break it down. So, sa mga hindi pa nakaka-experience may makakausap ng isang financial planner, ngayon pa lang, simulan nyo na i-break down. You want a good life? What kind of good life do you want? List it down. Make it super specific. Kasi dyan magmumula yung pag-invest natin.
Okay, kasi parang may mga nakakausap ako or may mga na-interview ako before na may pera sila but they don't know how to invest. They don't know how to start kasi more on save, 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 save. And then kapag nag-invest sila, nag-fail. Kasi usually yun yung nangyayari when it comes to investment. Sa retirement fund, no, parang madali na siyang i-work out kasi you have your personal goal. Pero when it comes to investment like yung pagiging broker, yung sa mga market stocks, do you have any suggestions or advice for those na gusto mag-take ng risk but doesn't have any knowledge about it?
Okay. For that, it is always best to consult a professional. Now, it is easier said than done, I would say. Why? Kasi for some people, no, lalapit ka sa isang expert. Kunwari, real estate broker, you want to learn a certain business, lalapit ka sa isang businessman, there's a potential na baka hindi naman yan open to share the knowledge that he or she has, no? So una, trial and error. Ibig sabihin, approach this person who you think is an expert. You want to open a cafe, right? Approach someone who owns a cafe. Kasi yun yung direct knowledge na makukuha eh. Kung ayaw niya, hanap ng iba. Pangalawa, join organizations. So meaning to say, an organization of business owners. Ayan, if you're part of the group, may potential na mas open sila magkwento ng mga secrets, yung mga struggles or potential challenges na ma-encounter mo kapag papasok ka sa isang bagay or investment or business.
Okay, so a last question before we wrap things up. About the RFP certification, how did it shape you as a person, or how did it help you as a financial planner personally and when it comes to your career?
I'm very thankful for the RFP program because it gave me an opportunity to use my skill, my communication skills, to a different dimension. I really think that I can help people as a financial planner because I think I'm a good communicator. Iba kasi yun eh, yung may mahahanap ka na additional purpose pa pala sa skill na meron ka. And as a professional financial planner right now, I think RFP helped me because it exposed me. Before finishing the RFP program, di ba may revalida yan? There is that exposure na eh. Kung tama ba yung ginagawa mo. So, hindi lang to certification na they just hand out paper to you. You have to prove your worth. Isa rin yun, no? Mahirap siya, nakakatakot siya. Pero kailangan natin gawin eh. Kasi seryoso tayo dito. Hindi tayo basta-basta nagbibigay lang ng advice. So whether you're entering the RFP program for personal consumption or if you want to use it to help others, think deeper. Kasi personal finance is a serious thing. It can make or break lives. And we are given the power to help others choose the right products or options as a financial planner.
All right, so that's great. So for the sake of our viewers and listeners, is there something else that you wanted to add or last advice that you want to share with them when it comes to financial planning, wealth decision making, or financial decisions?
My advice is to always consult, to always talk. Ngayon kasi it's easier because of social media, a lot of content is available. Yes, we can watch, we can listen to those contents. But how do we make it personal to us? We have to talk to a professional. We have to talk to a financial planner because the financial planner is capable of adjusting or selecting products based on your profile and based on your needs.
All right, that actually wraps up our interview. Thank you so much. And before we end, do you want to promote your? You mentioned a while ago that you have a live stream. Do you want to promote that Facebook page or your social media account so people can reach out to you directly?
Okay, I'd like to invite everyone to watch our weekly live stream. Our firm is Wealth Archie and Consultancy. Visit our YouTube channel, Wealth Archie. So just type it there, Wealth Archie. And you can also visit our website, www.wealtharchy.com to view our services.
All right, thank you. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. If you love diving into money stories as much as we do, make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, or visit our official website at rfp.ph for more financial insights. Until next time, keep chasing those money moves.